Picture this. You're sitting in your doctor's office, and they tell you your blood sugar is through the roof. You're shocked because you've been so careful about what you eat. You cut out the obvious stuff like candy and soda. But here's the kicker. The real culprit might be sitting right there in your cup holder. That innocent-looking drink you had on the way to your appointment could be the reason your glucose meter is lighting up like a Christmas tree. I'm going to blow your mind today because we're diving deep into the sneaky world of liquid sugar bombs that are masquerading as healthy choices. Some of these drinks are so deceptive that even healthcare professionals get fooled. I see patients in the hospital every single day who are genuinely confused about why their blood sugar won't cooperate. And 9 times out of 10, when we dig deeper, it's what they're drinking, not what they're eating. Before we start exposing these liquid liars, let me ask you something. How many of you have ever grabbed what you thought was a healthy drink option, only to feel that familiar sugar crash an hour later? Drop a comment below because I guarantee you're not alone in this struggle. Today's mission is simple but crucial. We're going to identify the worst offenders hiding in plain sight, understand exactly why they're sabotaging your blood sugar, and most importantly, I'm going to give you bulletproof alternatives that will actually support your health goals instead of destroying them. Let's start with the biggest offender that absolutely makes my blood boil when I see it marketed to people trying to be healthy. Sports drinks. Oh my goodness, where do I even begin with these liquid candy bars in disguise? The marketing machine behind sports drinks is absolutely brilliant at making you believe you need electrolytes and energy for every single activity. But here's what they don't tell you. The average sports drink contains anywhere from 20 to 30 grams of sugar per bottle. That's equivalent to eating 6 to 8 sugar cubes in liquid form. Your body absorbs this sugar faster than you can say Gatorade, sending your blood glucose on a rocket ship to the moon. The real tragedy is that unless you're running a marathon or doing intense exercise for more than an hour, you don't need these drinks at all. Your body has plenty of stored energy, and plain water will hydrate you just fine. But the sports drink industry has convinced millions of people that walking around the block requires special hydration technology. Here's what really gets me fired up. I've seen diabetic patients drinking sports drinks thinking they're making a healthy choice because athletes drink them. The irony is devastating. These drinks are literally designed to rapidly deliver sugar to working muscles, which is the exact opposite of what someone managing blood sugar needs. Moving on to another category that makes me want to pull my hair out. Energy drinks. If sports drinks are bad, energy drinks are like pouring gasoline on a fire. We're talking about sugar content that can reach 40 grams or more per can, plus enough caffeine to make your heart think it's training for the Olympics. The combination of massive sugar spikes plus caffeine creates a perfect storm for your blood sugar control. The caffeine can actually interfere with insulin sensitivity, making it even harder for your body to manage the glucose tsunami you just unleashed. Then comes the inevitable crash, which triggers cravings for more sugar, creating a vicious cycle that keeps you coming back for more. I've seen hospital cases where people ended up with dangerously high blood sugar levels after consuming multiple energy drinks. The manufacturers love to focus on the energy-boosting ingredients, but they conveniently forget to mention that the primary ingredient delivering that energy is plain old sugar. Now let's talk about something that breaks my heart because people genuinely think they're doing something good for their bodies. Fruit smoothies. The health halo around smoothies is so bright, it's practically blinding. But the reality is much darker than anyone wants to admit. When you blend fruit, you're completely changing how your body processes it. A whole apple takes time to eat, has fiber that slows sugar absorption, and naturally limits how much you consume. But that same apple blended into a smoothie becomes liquid sugar that hits your bloodstream like lightning. Most commercial smoothies contain the equivalent of 3 to 5 pieces of fruit, plus added sugars, plus fruit juice concentrates. The fiber argument is particularly misleading. Yes, the fiber is still technically there after blending, but it's been pulverized into tiny pieces that can't do its job of slowing sugar absorption. It's like having a security guard who's been knocked unconscious. They're present, but they're not protecting anything. Even worse, smoothie shops love to add honey, agave, or dates to make their drinks taste better, piling sugar on top of sugar. A large fruit smoothie can easily contain 60 to 80 grams of sugar. To put that in perspective, that's more sugar than 2 cans of regular soda. Speaking of fruit-based disasters, let's address the elephant in the room: 100% fruit juice. The label says no sugar added, and technically that's true. But Mother Nature already loaded these fruits with plenty of sugar, and when you concentrate it into juice form, you're creating a liquid sugar bomb with a health food label. Orange juice is probably the worst offender because it has such a stellar reputation. People drink it thinking they're getting vitamin C and starting their day right. But 8 ounces of orange juice contains about 24 grams of sugar and virtually no fiber to slow absorption. Your blood sugar spikes just as fast as if you drank a soda. But somehow, orange juice gets a free pass because it came from fruit. The really tragic part is watching parents give their children apple juice, thinking they're providing healthy nutrition. That apple juice has more sugar per ounce than Coca-Cola. We've normalized giving children liquid candy and calling it a health food. Here's another category that absolutely drives me crazy because the marketing is so deceptive. Vitamin water and enhanced beverages. These products are the ultimate wolf in sheep's clothing. The bottles are covered with health claims and vitamin listings, but if you flip to the nutrition label, you'll find 15 to 20 grams of sugar lurking behind all those healthy buzzwords. The vitamin content in these drinks is usually minimal and completely unnecessary if you're eating any kind of balanced diet. But the sugar content is very real and very problematic for blood sugar control. You're literally paying premium prices for sugar water with a tiny sprinkle of vitamins that you could get from a multivitamin that costs pennies. The most frustrating part is that these companies know exactly what they're doing. They're targeting health-conscious consumers who are trying to make better choices, then delivering a product that undermines those efforts while charging 3 times the price of regular soda. Now let's talk about kombucha, which might surprise some of you because it has such a health-focused reputation. Don't get me wrong, properly made kombucha with minimal added sugars can have some benefits. But most commercial kombucha brands are sugar nightmares hiding behind probiotic claims. The fermentation process does consume some of the initial sugar, but many brands add fruit juices, cane sugar, or other sweeteners after fermentation to make their products more palatable. Some kombucha brands contain 15 to 20 grams of sugar per bottle, which completely negates any potential health benefits for blood sugar management. The probiotic benefits are real, but you can get those same benefits from unsweetened fermented foods or probiotic supplements without the sugar roller coaster. If you love kombucha, look for brands with less than 5 grams of sugar per serving, or better yet, make your own where you control the ingredients. Let's dive into flavored coffee drinks, which represent one of the most overlooked sources of liquid sugar in the American diet. Your morning coffee habit might be single-handedly sabotaging your blood sugar goals, and you probably don't even realize it. A grande caramel macchiato from a popular coffee chain contains about 34 grams of sugar. That's before you add any extra pumps of syrup or whipped cream. Even drinks that sound relatively innocent, like a vanilla latte, pack around 25 grams of sugar. We're talking about dessert-level sugar content in beverages that people consume every single morning. The caffeine in these drinks can actually make the blood sugar impact worse by interfering with insulin sensitivity. So you're getting a double whammy of sugar overload plus reduced ability to process that sugar effectively. Then the caffeine crash hits at the same time as the sugar crash, creating an afternoon energy disaster that sends people reaching for more sugary drinks. Even worse are the seasonal specialty drinks that coffee shops push hard during holidays. Some of these contain 50 to 60 grams of sugar per serving. That's more than twice the amount of sugar you should consume in an entire day, and people are drinking it before breakfast. Now that you've seen just how many everyday drinks are quietly sabotaging blood sugar, don't go anywhere. In Part 2, I'm going to walk you through what to drink instead. Simple swaps that don't spike your blood sugar, don't require willpower, and actually make people feel better within days. If you care about your energy, your cravings, or your long-term health, you do not want to miss the next video.